Hey everyone, you read the title, you know exactly what our intentions are on this drive. We are driving from Bengaluru to Nagpur, and our aim is to do it in a single tank of diesel. Let's reset the trip meter and fuel consumption, and with the diesel filled to the brim, let's hit the road. The airport road does seem like a good start on paper, but in recent times, especially during the peak hours, it's one of the most chaotic roads in Bengaluru. The 6 lane soon came to an end. NH44, the best route to Nagpur from Bengaluru, is predominantly a 4 lane highway, and thus began our long and intimate relationship with the left lane of NH44. Initial impressions of the drive to Nagpur, very good. Excellent road surface, just a couple of diversions, and we were able to hold a steady pace. Crucial for this drive, of course, the fuel gauge had barely moved. Definitely a good sign. Plenty of buses between Bengaluru and Hyderabad, but this particular KSRTC did catch my attention. The road presence of this Volvo Club class overshadows even the most well decorated private buses. And this isn't even KSRTC's flagship offering. KSRTC truly is the benchmark when it comes to bus transport in the country. And with that observation, we are 200 kilometers into our journey and reaching Anantapur. So we have crossed the 300 kilometer mark. Hyderabad is roughly the midpoint between Bengaluru and Nagpur. So reaching Hyderabad with slightly over half a tank of diesel is going to be pivotal for this drive. So we are making sure we give everything we have in the first 500 kilometers as it's going to set the mood, vibe, and possibly even the speed for the next 500 odd kilometers. We've done 307 kilometers, 4 hours 48 minutes of drive. Average speed 64 kilometers per hour. Let's have a look at the fuel info. We're getting roughly about 21.3 kilometers per liter. Range 896 kilometers. Now that is something that, as you saw, just dropped by 4 kilometers. So that is something what I'll not take as a reference. Kurnool coming in the next 50 kilometers, and Hyderabad 259. So we have reached outskirts of Hyderabad. We've already set our navigation to Nagpur, showing 8.2 kilometers to Nehru Outer Ring Road. Now we'll be taking a break for some time. It's already 6 a.m. and in a couple of minutes there will be plenty of other users of the left lane, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and even the local four-wheelers. That's gonna test our commitment towards the left lane, and not just that, it's gonna reduce our average speed, increase our fuel consumption. So we'll be taking a break for some time and then continue our journey towards Nagpur. So far we have done about 540 kilometers, 8 hours 11 minutes of drive at an average speed of 66 kilometers per hour. The fuel consumption 21.3 kilometers per liter. We have a range of about 736 kilometers. So let's take a break and we'll continue our journey to Nagpur with what seems like almost 2/3 tank of diesel. As soon as you exit the outer ring road, everything is thrown at you at once. Bad roads, traffic, construction, you name it. The last 600 kilometers went extremely well, and we hope by the time this long flyover is constructed, it will carry forward that positive experience. We were crossing Medchal, and we knew had we reached here any later, this would be a diesel draining stretch. Alright, maybe we panicked. It's not all that bad. It's been like this since a very long time now. The traffic is mainly truck traffic, slow moving truck traffic, and honestly even at these speeds we are having some fun zipping past them. The road surface too is similar to what we had in the first stretch between Bengaluru to Hyderabad. In fact, it's a little better, I feel, and we are not complaining. We have crossed the 700 kilometer mark, still holding on to our 66 kilometer per hour average speed. We've got Nagpur, 6 hours and 11 minutes of drive, and about 385 kilometer. Let's see how that goes. So we are at 20.6 kilometers per liter. The last 100 kilometers absolutely smooth, even better than the previous 100 kilometers. It's funny now that I think of it. We had done mental calculations and it was about 18 to 18.5 kilometers per liter even before we entered Nehru Outer Ring Road. But isn't that what most of us do? We end up overthinking and spoiling something beautiful. This drive is beautiful. Maybe the last 100 200 kilometers, it might not be this great. We might be down to 17 16 maybe, but the last 100 200 kilometers should not be deciding the entire 550 kilometers, should it? That's interesting. Driving and life lessons. Talking about driving, we've crossed the 800 kilometer mark. About 12 hours of drive, 67 kilometers per hour average speed. We've got about 290 kilometers left, and ETA is 1441. We have reached Adilabad, and with that the 900 kilometer comes up. We're still hanging on to that 67 kilometers per hour average speed. The last 100 kilometers, again, beautiful roads, amazing scenery. It was a joy to drive, and we've managed 22 kilometers per liter so far. Although the range displayed is 426, we know that beyond 1000 kilometers it's unpredictable. We have about 192 kilometers to reach Nagpur, and a drive of 3 hours and 17 minutes. We have driven over 1000 kilometers now. We have about 89 kilometers left to reach Nagpur. We seem pretty confident thanks to the display on the fuel gauge. Now let's give it everything we have. We reached Nagpur, about 1110 kilometers of drive, and just when we were about to reach a fuel station, the low fuel warning popped on the MID. Let's take the seal off before entering the fuel station and check the actual fuel consumption. One 3.7 divided by 53.64, and that comes to 20.76 kilometers per liter. On display it's 21.4. Hope you've enjoyed this single tank drive, and until next time, drive safe.